Hi everyone, Emily here. Today I'm going to share a few exercises with you where we are using our eyes and our vision to affect change in our nervous system. Your eyes are part of your central nervous system. They connect deep into the brain via the optic nerve. And so the eyes can be an awesome tool to use to actually help our nervous system move into different states. So the exercises I will share today are all about helping your nervous system to settle and access that parasympathetic state, rest and digest. Another way to think about that is we're moving our nervous system into a greater sense of safety. So a few thoughts before we begin the exercises. The first is that when we start to play with our eyes and our vision, sometimes it can have the effect of bringing up a lot of energy or even some dizziness in the head, because if you think about it, we have a lot of energy up here in the brain, in the head, and in the vision as well. So we want to just be mindful of that. We'll be curious together as we explore the exercises. And if you have some past eye trauma, or if for any reason you find some of this weird sensations start to come in as you're practicing, that's a great indication from your body to just pause and take rest and do something else. It might just not be the best time for you to be exploring working with your nervous system through your eyes. I'll also share that there's a lot of very deep and cool work we can do in somatic experiencing session to work with the vision and to work with eye trauma. But today I'm just going to share some short and sweet tools that you can play with. You don't have to do these exercises in order. You don't have to do all of them. You might just explore and choose one of them that you like and that seems to work for you, and you can use that anytime you want. So with that being said, the one thing you will need today for one of these exercises is some kind of big pillow or cushion, or perhaps a giant stuffed animal. I thought using this owl would be appropriate today because look at those eyes. So we will at some point move into an exercise where you're resting that pillow or cushion on your lap. So if you want to go ahead and get one now, you can pause the video, go find a big supportive cushion and just set it across your lap. So once you have that pillow figured out, I invite you to find a comfortable seat in a place that feels as safe as possible for you right now. And we'll begin with some visual orienting, just briefly taking in the space around us. So to do this, we're actually going to turn the head. We want to involve the muscles of the neck here, turning the head slowly to the right, gazing to the right, and as far off into the corner of the eyes to the right as you can. And then slowly starting to move the gaze back through center. And we're going to move to the left, turning your head all the way to the left. Just nice and easy here, nice and slow. Keep your jaw relaxed if you can. Let your eyes travel all the way to the left. And let's move back and forth one more time. So again, we're just taking in this visual information. We're noticing what kind of safety is around us. We're taking in if there are any threats in the environment so we can be prepared to respond. And by turning our head and using the muscles of the neck, we're also often stimulating the breathing. It can stimulate taking a deep breath. That's one thing I learned from one of my teachers, Dave Berger. When we turn our head to orient, we start to engage the muscles of the neck, can stimulate a deeper breath, which has a releasing and settling effect on the nervous system when we exhale. So when you finish orienting and taking in the space around you, you can just let yourself come back to neutral, settle back in. And once you've come back to right here, right now, we will explore the second brief eye exercise, where we're actually going to start to help the eyes open up to the peripheral vision. When we open up our vision and we start to take in what's on the periphery, it signals greater safety to the body. My other teacher, Lael Keen, shared with me that when we open up to our peripheral vision plays a big role in our balance, in our posture, and also how secure and safe we feel internally in the body. So let's actually induce some peripheral vision here and start to open up. I invite you to take your fingertips together right out in front of you. You're going to join those 2 pointers together, straighten the arms. And I'm going to turn slightly to the side here, just so I have a better angle. Keep your fingers pointing up toward the sky and let your gaze move just past the tip of your fingers. So we're just noticing the gaze is forward of the fingers, but you're still seeing the fingers right in front of you. Very slowly, keeping your gaze in that forward position, we will start to separate the fingers, and we are really slowly going to bring those fingers out to the sides. Again, keeping your eyes facing forward, we're just starting to notice in the peripheral of our vision, those fingers moving out wide. So we're going to keep going here. Vision stays forward, but we're picking up that information of the fingers in the periphery. And when you get your fingers out wide and you can't see any further, just those little fingers in the corners of your vision, we're going to wiggle the fingers. You can't see both mine, but let both your fingers just start to wiggle in any way. Because when we create that movement in the peripheral vision, it actually helps us open up more to the periphery. Movement stimulates our eyes to notice. So after you wiggle your fingers for a moment or two, let's rest. You can close the eyes if you want, or just relax them down towards your lap. And we'll take a moment together really just to feel how's your body responding to that exercise. You may find that you want to do it again, especially if you were listening to me talking through the exercise. You might pause the video, put those fingers back out in front of you, and just do that same exercise where you're slowly tracking the hands to come out wide. And then when you get to that widest point, wiggling those fingers, noticing all this stuff out here in the periphery and the sides, even though your gaze is facing forward. And notice what happens. So in my body, I feel suddenly I'm more aware of my surroundings, but I'm also more aware of my body sitting on the chair. I feel a little more present and settled, which is a sign that I'm moving my nervous system into that safe place, that safe feeling state. So for our third and final exercise today with our eyes, we are going to help your eyes to relax and find that relaxation response, and essentially just give your eyes a break from taking in so much stimulation. So for this skill, you will need to find that pillow or squishy thing or stuffed animal, whatever you have, and bring it across your lap. This pillow is going to create a support system for your elbows. We're going to be cupping the hands over the eyes for this exercise, and you really want your elbows to be resting on something so that you can take away some of the effort and just let yourself relax and settle in. So letting your elbows be supported at any height that's comfortable for you. You'll take the heels of your hands to your cheekbones, and then we'll cross the hands over the forehead, crossing the fingers over each other. Letting the eyes close, repositioning that pillow if you need to get the ultimate supportive position. And now we'll really start to invite your head and your eyes to be held and supported by your hands, by your arms, by that squishy pillow under your elbows. So you might allow your eyes to soften and relax along with your jaw. And as you soften your eyes, you might also visualize that optic nerve that moves from the back of the eye into the brain, and just softening around all of those tissues. Imagining if your brain was a muscle, could it also relax? We know the brain is not a muscle, but see what happens if you invite that sense of relaxation into the brain. Simply allowing your eyes to settle into that darkness behind your eyelids, into your palms. Notice if anything changes about your breathing or how your body feels. You can hang out here as long as you'd like. It can be very soothing. When you are ready to transition out of this position, we will not just let our hands come down. We're actually going to help our eyes slowly transition back to the light, to that visual stimulation. So keeping your eyes closed, start to separate your fingers and just create some more space between the fingers so some light can begin to creep in and touch the eyelids. Notice any sensation in your eyes or elsewhere as that light starts to come into your eyes. Still keeping the eyes closed, maybe you remove the fingers a little more, create big spaces between the fingers. We're still offering that sense of protection to the eyes and the head, but we're also allowing some light to move into the pupils. You might feel pupils constricting if you're in a sunny place or a brightly lit location. Finally, releasing the hands down. Maybe the eyes stay closed for a little bit longer until you're ready to flutter your eyelids open. We're going to very quickly blink, blink, blink the eyes. This allows that adjustment to happen a little more easily. Blink, blink, blink until you feel more adjusted to the light and stimulation. And even then, maybe your gaze will stay down for a moment or two. Just seeing, can your eyes still feel that relaxation? Can they still feel the support, the warmth of your hands? And again, noticing how the rest of your body is responding. For me, I feel a deep, very deep sense of calm after cupping my eyes and just letting them totally rest into that darkness. And you can be just curious about how it is for you. It's probably different. It might be similar or not. But this is a process of exploration for how your body and nervous system respond to these different tools and somatic skills. So I invite you to play with these exercises, any or all of them that you enjoyed. And please let me know how it went for you in the comments. Thanks for joining in. Bye.